Having a team allows you to do deals that you otherwise wouldn't be able to do on your own. So I'm going to talk briefly about what is a lot more complicated of a deal than I'm going to present. I'm going to hopefully talk about it in a simple way where it might give you some inspiration to think outside the box. If you're the solo entrepreneur doing just deals on your own and you don't want to bring in partners because you think it might be too messy, and to be honest, I probably thought like that for a long time in my real estate career, but the power of bringing in a very qualified team of partners on a bigger real estate deal will give you individually a greater return than you ever could have done on a deal by yourself. So this deal's up in Kimball Junction, just outside of Park City in Summit County, right as you get off the freeway at the Kimball Junction interchange. And this deal came to me this way. A couple of years ago, a partner of mine, we bought a commercial building that the post office leases up at Kimball Junction. The building in the post office is part of 5 other connected commercial office spaces that have a mix of retail, food service, and professional services in the space. And so we owned that property for about 6 months and got to know the owner of the other buildings. He indicated that he was ready to sell. And so I just kind of said, sure, we'd like to put in an offer. And the dollar amount that we needed for this was well over what I'd be able to do on my own. So, I guess first lesson here is say yes to opportunities that in your gut you feel like could make sense, even if you don't quite have the capabilities and resources to perform on it yet. Because I certainly didn't have the 10 plus million that was the purchase price. But I had a hunch that I could probably get some partners together and limited partners together where we could make this work. Plus, I already owned one of the assets up there, and strategically, it would make a lot more sense to control more of the HOA and more of the buildings that were naturally connected together. So we put in an offer, got it accepted, and this was in about August of 2021. Now, there was another specific reason why I wanted to do this. As a real estate professional, this would be a whole other video, but Google it, look it up, and learn more about this. You can benefit from doing cost segregation, and especially as a real estate professional, you can bonus depreciate and capture most of the building's value in year 1. So that was an incentive for us to do this deal because we all had benefited from having a pretty good year of real estate. And if we could buy a pretty large asset and do cost segregation, it would really, really help us on our tax liability for that year. So all the things were kind of coming together where this looks like it really was going to make sense. But there's no way I could do this on my own. So I got together with one of my investors in my hard money loans, my partner with the post office building, and then another partner in another business. And we formed a partnership of 4 general partners. And then we syndicated this deal to be able to purchase it with about 10 other limited partners. So a general partner is a part owner in the building, but also has management control of the property and the finances. Limited partners, they also own a portion of the building and of the LLC. However, they have a limited control and management aspect. So the general partners put the deal together. They syndicate, meaning they get limited partners together to be able to come up with the equity needed to be raised, to be able to buy the building in combination with the debt that the general partners are going to secure and guarantee on their own. So I'll rephrase that a different way, and I'm just going to use general numbers. These are not the exact numbers, but they're close enough to illustrate the point. In this case, let's say that the purchase was $10 million. We were able to get a bank loan from a credit union for $6 million, but we needed to raise $4 million. This again goes back to me, I don't have $4 million sitting around that I could put down on this building and be okay with it. So we were able to raise between the general partners and the limited partners the $4 million in equity. We were able to get a bank loan from a credit union for $6 million. So bam, we have enough to buy the property for, in this example, $10 million. So awesome, we're set, we're ready to go. We've split the returns so that everybody knows what portion of ownership they're getting. Everybody's going to get a return based off of the percentage of ownership that they put the capital in for. And then the general partners are going to get a little bit of a bump for putting the deal together and for otherwise making it work and creating the opportunity. So that's exactly what we did. We ended up having this team that we put together in a pretty quick manner within about a month. We put this under contract in August. We ended up closing on it literally the very last day of December 2021. So then we were able to buy it and do cost segregation. So I don't want to have this video be very complicated. Maybe I'll do a video later on cost segregation. But essentially, the general partners were able to benefit greatly in that first year because we were able to bonus depreciate, a good portion of the building in year one that offset tax liability in year one. Now, going forward, there'll also be a benefit to all the partners in the years following. So there was just a really cool way that we did this. And the point of this video is to highlight, don't say no to opportunities if you don't think you have the capabilities and resources, because there are people in your network, people that you're surrounding yourself with that can jump on and be involved, and all of you working together can kind of work in like a mastermind kind of thing and create some synergies together to do something greater than what you guys would be able to do on your own. The bonus with this piece too is down the road, there's the chance for redevelopment, where we could actually add additional units or product in the parking lot or even build on top of the existing units. So in our opinion, it's a home run. And looking back, we really timed this, not knowing it, but we timed it in a perfect way. Our debt on this thing was locked in at 3.7%. That same rate right now today might be 200 bips higher. We might be in the 5 to 6 range. So it just turned out to be a big winner. So to recap, thank you for having partners and doing a deal you couldn't have done on your own, thinking outside the box to utilize cost segregation. And then again, like we've talked about in some other videos, having different exit plans. We could sell this one, we could hold on to this for a long time, or we might have the option to do some redevelopment down the road. So stay tuned. We'll update a video later when we dispose of this, or maybe redevelop or do something. In the meantime, we're just going to enjoy the cash flow that's coming in.